and welcome to this episode of OHSAA Football. It's the end of August, and the calendar and the beginning of high school football season is in our hearts. Today, from the UC Shakely Center, Waycross Community Media will bring this action to your viewing pleasure. I'm Jacob Williams, and along with my partner, Patrick Lewis, we'll be bringing you today's action of what should be a volcanic struggle between the Northwest Knights and the Anderson Redskins. Patrick, I know you just flew in from Brown's training camp, but what can you tell us about this contest today?
Thanks for the introduction, Jacob. I appreciate it. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to be fearing for my job a little bit because, from Kenny Hill's performance the other day of 511 throwing yards, I think Johnny Manziel's Johnny Football is going to be replaced pretty early down in Texas A&M. But today we were under some gloomy skies and some, sort of gloomy weather and not really precise for football play because we might get some lightning and thunder, but we just got the coin toss started and finished, and we're about to get off to the races here.
Well, that's right, Patrick. And speaking of coin toss, I'd be remiss if I didn't introduce the fans to our officials for today's contest. The referee will be Tom Burns. The umpire will be Wade Bent. Line judge, James Rudisell. Head linesman, Jeff Weiner. Back judge will be Clint Coleman. And they will be our officials for today's contest. Well, And so, with the national anthem being said, we're about to get this one started. Now, this is the 17th edition of this Crosstown Showdown, Patrick. And this will be the first time the Anderson Redskins have faced off against the Northwest Knights since, about the 2012 season here, which Anderson won that game. So these two teams see each other very little. They both are coming back from, well, in the Northwest case, they lost a lot of seniors due to graduation. But the game between Coach Jeff Geesting's Redskins and Rick Mahan's Knights should tell us plenty about if the Redskins start their journey back to where they feel they belong. The Knights, on the other hand, want to keep their recent history and the ball rolling to a third trip to the playoffs.
Yep, that's accurate. The Northwest has got 26 seniors coming back. They had a 9-3 record last season, went to the playoffs, and did fairly well. This season, I think there's high expectations for this club. Their defense is going to be their strength, and Anderson's ground game is going to be prevalent throughout the entire game. So that will be the matchup to watch, the Anderson ground game versus the Northwest defense, and seeing how well they can do. Anderson is a heavy underdog, to Northwest today. And as we have kickoff, the Redskins will be kicking off to the Knights.
And there it's off. Northwest comes under it at the 17-yard line, straight north Wooded. Here's number 8 breaking tackles, and he's outside. And the only one who can stop him is the kicker, which he does. Ball down all the way to the Anderson 32-yard line.
Yeah, that's a kicker, Ryan McLean. I'm sorry if I butchered that last name a little bit. A 5'10", 155 pounds, saved that touchdown, literally untouched up the seam to start the game. It's great fielding position for the Northwest Knights starting out. They got to be happy about that.
Okay, and that senior for the Knights, Elijah Wallace, 5'10", 230 pounds on that return. So already Northwest Knights knocking at the danger zone here against the Redskins.
Redskins looking like they're coming out in a interesting defensive package here that they're going to do a 4-3-ish with a dime. They're going to take a run up.
Schnurr's got the snap and straight up the middle. Looks like he might have picked up about 2 tough yards. Devin Schnurr be the junior taking over for Corey Roberson.
Redskins are fired up. They got a good defensive stand to open the game after that heavy return. And looks like there's some confusion possibly on Northwest's quarterback, number 14, Devin Schnurr.
Coach, looks like Anderson nose tackle. Number 75, Josh Coleman. Schnurr fakes to give, but he's going to be hauled down in his backfield by the swarming Anderson defense.
Yeah, Anderson's really playing well to start this game on defense. They've got negative yardage. Northwest has in the first 2 plays, and they're looking. I mean, they almost swiped the ball. The quarterback right now is carrying that ball like a piece of bread that is not being kept well. I mean, he's not protecting the ball. He's just like flailing it around, and I'm surprised that first Redskins player did not get his hand on it and get a fumble out of it. If he continues to do that, we might see a couple turnovers this game in the favor of the Redskins.
So Schnurr back there in the shotgun by himself. Trips right. Got the snap. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught. Number 3 turning it upfield. Breaks a few tackles. And brings it up to the Anderson 20-yard line, which should be good for a first down.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking for the Redskins defense here. They did 2 great plays, and then they just get a screen right up the middle. They play prevent defense, and really they didn't prevent anything but a touchdown. They didn't prevent the first down.
They prevented themselves from getting off the field there.
Exactly.
So here we go. The Knights got this in the pistol, Schnurr, and he turns and gives.
Ooh.
Slips in there and be taken down for little or no gain on the play.
Yeah, Corey McGinnis, the running back, a 5'9", 195 bullet, just lost his footing, unfortunately. Got those turf monsters early in the game, maybe some anxiety. First game of the season. You never know. Getting the hands on the ball a couple of times, maybe get those nerves out of the way, make them a little bit more comfortable.
Of course, with this rain coming down, I'm sure that's less than ideal of what they would prefer to have.
Makes it a little cooler inside those helmets.
Here's Schnurr. He's going to take it himself up the middle. He's got room. He breaks in there, sticks his shoulder in there, and he's going to be taken down at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, we're close to another first down. Just a direct snap to the quarterback, and it's just a quick run by him. Great blocking up front by the Northwest offensive line. Makes a hole and gets a few yards. So looks like a little shaken up maybe as well. No, he's just talking about the play. Yeah, just talking about the play. I'm sorry.
So we got the penalty on the play, marching this ball back. Number 74, Dylan Browning, making a stop for the Redskins on that play. So it's going to make this a 2nd and 14.
There's a stoppage here. Not sure what's going on. Now we got the teams coming back on the field. Not real sure exactly what's going on. One team was going towards the sideline. The other one was going towards the ball. Now we got started. Here we go.
Okay, here's Schnurr. Of course, Northwest. Schnurr over the middle, deep.
There it is.
That ball's complete for a touchdown to number 18 for the Northwest Knights.
Great pass by the quarterback. Honestly, if he underthrows that, that's a pick. But he got enough air under it, and he got into the end zone for a touchdown.
So that's number 18, Darius Hayes Caruth, 5'11", 157-pound junior.
As a quarterback, he almost stumbles a little bit. That's a great arm. He threw that about 40 yards in the air. Oh, it's pretty good coverage, but he's got to stick with them. I mean, it's an open field.
Carter Gehring in to do the PAT. Is blocked. So with 8:52 left to go in the first quarter.
Those plays come to add up by the end of the game. They really do. Those are points you don't want to leave out off the scoreboard. Honestly, those you need to have those.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're chip shots. They're basic points that they're automatic. They need to be automatic. And these, at the end of the game, if this becomes down to, our prediction is that it won't be this close at the end of the game. But if it comes down to a touchdown and they miss that extra point, we've seen it before a number of times, Jacob, where these chip shot field goals, these chip shot extra points are going to hurt them in the end. But hopefully it won't scar them too much. It's the beginning of the game. We're obviously projecting out, but if they run down the field like this every time, then we won't have to worry about it.
So here's the Knights getting ready to kick this ball off. Looks like, from what I understand, the Knights will be employing 3 different kickers to fill the void left by the graduation of Kyle Kostoff, who graduated from the Knights holding basically virtually all their kicking and scoring records. So here we go. Of course, we got this rain coming down, but as long as we see no lightning in the sky, we're good to go, Patrick.
Yeah, as long as we don't see any lightning, we're fine.
Kick is up and off.
Ooh, short kick.
Kicked up at the 22 by the Redskins. Dips around one tackler and muscles his way in there for what he could get up to about the 33-4-yard line.
You gotta give the determination to the kick returner there for Anderson. He's like, get out of my way, blockers. He just throws them around, and you'll see the replay here. As he gets the ball, he's just throwing his own blocks away. Just get out of my way. I want to get out the field. Get out of the team. He's making moves. He's pushing people around. He's got the ability to be a kick returner, that's for sure.
Okay, so here come the Redskins on offense. Looks like they'll be led by number 9 at quarterback, Dylan Smith, Jr., 5'11", 175. He gives to Faceto inside, and the Northwest Knight defense is there. Stand him up.
Like the first series for Anderson against Northwest. Northwest comes out with a negative yardage play on defense, giving them some good confidence as we go in the hurry up now for Anderson.
Flag on the play. Looks like we're told that somebody on Northwest lined up offside. I see number 11, Brandon Schoen, out there on defense for the Knights.
Now, from my understanding, Jacob, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, the defense can jump offsides unless it is like drawing another offensive player to jump.
Here's Faceto. He breaks through the first line, and he's around the would-be tackle. He breaks that tackle, and he's going to be down to the Northwest Knights 32-yard line before he's run out of bounds.
Yeah. Number 1, Austin Faceto makes a great run here, just getting it from the handoff right up the middle and just makes people miss. He's too fast. He just goes right up the middle. No one really touches him. Didn't get really. It's the burst of speed really what got him that first down, and I didn't think he was going to be caught, but he really just kind of run out of real estate.
So here we go again in the pistol.
Ooh.
Fakes to give to Faceto. He'll take it on his own, but the Northwest defense is waiting on him there at the line of scrimmage. No gain or very little.
Good hit by the Northwest defensive player on Faceto to just take down the give guy and make the quarterback take it.
Redskins break the huddle.
There it is. Good hit. Good hit. He had his head up and everything.
They're looking to throw over here, but that's overthrown. And luckily for the Redskins that it was well overthrown.
Yes, very much so. He was open, too. That was a good slant route. If he got it on target, he would have gained a couple yards.
Third and 8, 7:39 left to go in the first quarter here.
See if they can pull off a good 8 yards here.
Here's the give to Faceto, but he's going to be stopped in the backfield. Knight defenders all over the place. Looks like number 28 there for the Knights. Big on that stop.
he broke that tackle, but the swarming defense of Northwest came and made some plays and backed up his buddy, and which is good. You want to see the defense running to the ball and
turn him
making
into the
that
help.
happen. It looks like the offense is still on the field here for 4th and 14.
Flag on the play. We're looking around for a receiver. The ball's thrown deep, but it'll be incomplete, well out of everyone's reach.
Well, the logic here is that they were too far for a field goal and, obviously too short for a punt. So going for it was probably a pretty good decision, even though.
That's right. Because strategically, Anderson got to realize that they're just down by 2 field goals.
Yeah, and the sideline warning that was just issued to Northwest doesn't impact it too much. It's still going to have the play count, and we're going to turn the ball over. But one more like that, then it could impact the game a little bit more than just a warning.
The Northwest Knights, Patrick, looks like their starting center this year is going to be number 60, Justin Bergquist. And I believe Justin is a senior, 5'11", 190. He's been starting center for the Knights for, I think this is his 3rd year now, and steady in their center. Snaps to Schnurr, and he's around left end, but he's going to be stopped. Host of Redskins on the case there.
Yeah, Chris Cole made a good play coming up there, 5'8", 180 pound for the Redskins. Got shot through the gap and made a good play, held on to his guy, and made sure there was no gain on the play.
Schnurr coming back in the game with the play.
Good swarming defense by the Redskins there. All it takes is just one person to make the initial hit, and then if you have a good defense that's swarming to the ball,
that's right,
you'll make things happen.
Schnurr in the pistol. Back looking deep to throw and over the middle, but short. Ball landed a little bit short of number 10, Jamarco Lewis.
Yeah, unfortunately, he was wide open. He made a good throw earlier on the touchdown pass, but there's nobody around him at all. He just skips that pass. You see an Anderson person maybe within not even 5 yards. He catches that. Makes one person miss. He could have scored easily. The Redskin defense was very fortunate playing zone there. Not to pick him up right in the middle of that zone to just kind of find a spot, settle down. That quarterback, unfortunately, couldn't get it to him.
Of course, at some point, Northwest is going to have to chew up some ground to make them respect their passing game. Here's a deep throw down the sidelines, and this guy overthrows just a little bit there.
Yeah, that's just a little bit is the key.
He's looking for number 18, Darius Hayes Caruth on that play.
You see the slow motion there. He's just a little bit too much mustard on that pass and just gets it out of bounds. If he had the middle of the field, he did a great pump fake to get him open, and if he just let him a little further, that would have been a huge gain.
Here's the kick. End over end kick. It's going to hit at about the 40 and take a night roll down to the Anderson 35-yard line.
All right, well, now we just flip field position, see what Anderson can do on the ground. They had an opportunity, did some work, and the first drive they had got back to about the 35-yard line on their side, but couldn't do anything with their 4th and 14 play that they had. So they got decent field position now, comparatively. So we'll see if they can pull anything off. Their ground game is obviously going to be the focal point here as they pass it.
Pass over here to the left flat. Receiver able to bust loose of a tackle and pick up about 2 yards. Dylan Smith, junior quarterback, coming here. This is his first year at the helm for the Redskins. Here's a snap to him. He's looking, throws over here to the right flat to Facito, and he moves around tacklers and
Scrum.
You need to finally, the refs blow the whistle because they weren't about to bring him down.
Yes. Well, they tried the left side of the field the first play. Then they tried the right side of the field the second play. Both screens, both into the flat a little bit, and neither of them went for much of any yards. Usually screens are try to, get the defense when they're overly aggressive. I'm not sure these screens are necessarily a good call at this point. They probably should be sticking with their
Northwest
run
on the blitz is about picked up by the Redskin offensive line.
Almost.
Smith breaks loose for a first down pickup there. Well, close to a first down. Looks like they're going to mark it a little shy.
Yeah, that's all Dylan Smith there making that happen because he was go back to pass. I'm not sure what the passing agenda here. It's clearly different than their scheme last year, but now they're looking to pass it more often. And Dylan Smith, who was just the backup quarterback last year, is now taking matters in his own hands this year and trying to pick up the first down. And it looks like they're going to go for it on fourth down and looks like a yard and a half, or half a yard.
Are they going to try to get him to jump off sides? No, they don't. Here's Smith, fakes the give, he goes around left end, breaks the tackle, and muscles his way for good yardage down to the Northwest 44-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the strategy now, the last two plays, just give Smith the ball because, you know, it's an option play here that he doesn't take. He takes the ball himself and just runs up, making people miss and being elusive and up the field for a first down. Quality run by Dylan Smith.
He's in the pistol, gives to Facito. He noses in there for about a yard, 2-yard pickup. Stopped by number 1, Ty McGowan for the Knights. It's like Anderson gonna keep this clock moving. Man in motion. Here's the give to number 28, but he is met by the Knight defenders.
Good pursuit.
Patrick Johnson, 5'11" junior for the Knights.
Ooh. You know, I know he was getting wrapped up already, but that still looks like a good tackle. I mean, he kept his head up, he kept his face mask. He's looking at the opposition. He's not lowering his shoulder, lowering his head to spear the guy. It's good. I mean, it's the foundation of a good technique.
Here's Smith rolling right, throwing over here, completes the pass, and Mr. number 22, A.J. Pendley.
Shane Baldwin bringing him down from Northwest, and it's a good tackle. He lets him catch the ball. It's right in the flat. He doesn't really need to do too much there. He just did his job. Honestly, that's a good defensive play. He's got him in front of him, keep the ball in front of him. That's what he's taught to do, and it brings up a fourth down.
So Redskins back to punt. This looks like Dylan Smith handling the punting chores for the Redskins. The stick is up and going over here to the right coffin corner, and it's going to look good. Possibly about inside the 5-yard line here.
Yeah, not only can he play quarterback and run the ball and get first downs and be the star of the offense, he can also put the defense in a good position too.
That's right. So this is what you're finding out early on if you're Coach Giesting, that you got a guy that push comes to shove, you need a good punt, and he's going to put it in there for you.
And this would be a good time to mention for his accolade that Dylan Smith is now an honorable mention on the 2014 preseason All-Tri-State High School football team in Cincinnati that put out by the Inquirer this year.
Okay. So here come the Knights, but they're going to be stopped in their backfield. All kind
good pursuit.
That's right. All kind of Redskins swarming to that ball.
When Northwest has the ball, it was a bobble, unfortunately, that probably kind of hindered the play of getting even started. But I don't know why you're trying to stretch that. When you're next to the goal line like that, you got to go up the gut, and the quarterback's got to know that. The more east and west you go near the goal line, the more trouble you're going to get into. And being on the 2-yard line, losing a yard is not something you want to do.
Number 23, Frankie Jones for Anderson, looking good on defense so far. Here comes Schnurr running up there for good yardage, breaking tackles, and he's going to be near a first down.
That's probably what they were going to do the first time, but he bobbled the ball, unfortunately. Now it looks like they're going to hurry up and probably do the same thing again.
Here come the Knights, no huddle, but the whistle blows.
I don't see a flag.
Probably going to be someone called
man,
timeout.
Northwest coach is so angry right now. He is just infuriated. Looks like he's motioning timeout to the official.
So he's going to talk to Mr. Schnurr about what they're going to do here. Third down. Looks like about a 2 yards to go. They're saying 11 to go, but that can't be. Here's Schnurr. He's going to run straight north Wooded. He muscles in there, and he breaks through for first down yardage.
Well, if it's a good thing they didn't let that first play get him down, because they just came back and got a first down. That second down pickup of close to 10 yards really helped them to get a third down and manageable to where they could just go up the gut like this. And like Anderson's new scheme now, it's just give the ball to Schnurr and let him work. A lot of ground attacks from the quarterbacks that we're seeing from these two teams early on in the first quarter.
Here we go. Schnurr faking the give, but he's going to be hauled down by number 74, Dylan Browning, for Anderson Redskins. This guy, number 74, Dylan Browning, giving him a lot of good plays on defense.
Another stretch play, and probably an option there, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a play action here. Just, make sure to keep the defense honest.
But they're not letting him. Here we go in the pistol. Here's the give for a change, and nice run. He breaks a lot of the tackle. He's going around here and back in the middle, up to the 30-yard line. Pick up for the Knights.
Yeah, Corey McGinnis making people miss, showing his elusiveness as a big back, 195. You don't expect him to be that quick, but he's making it worth the while.
McGinnis again, but they're waiting for him. Stopped short of the line of scrimmage on that play.
Yeah, Cody Coffey as a senior linebacker, 6'1", 215. Gave him a hello back in the backfield there. 66 was also in on that. Augie Murphy, a 6'3", 215. He's also a senior.
This is where the Knights need to keep giving this guy the ball, this running back. So at the end of the first quarter of action in this contest, we have a score of the Northwest Knights 6 and the Anderson Redskins nothing.
Well, at the end of the first quarter here, it's a close game. They have one passing touchdown, and we've seen a lot of running, which has made this first quarter go pretty fast. But I expect Northwest to take the ball and do something with this drive to make it a little bit more of a difference that way.
Okay, so sounds like here we have weather concerns where the officials are going to put a pause to this action and let Mother Nature do her thing for a while. Lightning delay. So we know with this lightning delay, it's going to be at least a half an hour before they consider restarting this game.
Yeah, looking at the radar previously, there was some rain coming right towards us. Wasn't sure if there's going to be lightning involved, but again, we're going to step away here, get the people out of the stadium, and make sure that all the precautions are being taken.
So we'll be right back from the Shakely Center after this weather delay on the Waycross Sports Network.
Nearly 350,000 students in grades 7 through 12 across Ohio participate in 24 OHSA sports. The association sponsors high school state championships in 12 boys sports and 12 girls sports.
In all sports except football, every school has the opportunity to participate in the state tournament.
Competing schools at regional and state tournaments are reimbursed for some tournament expenses.
And unlike many other states, Ohio schools do not pay a membership fee to belong to the association and do not pay tournament entry fees.
In conjunction with tournament managers across the state, the association works diligently to provide memorable experiences for students, parents, schools, and communities. So join us in celebrating school sports in Ohio.
Okay, as we come back to action, Mother Nature has allowed us to resume this game. Here we are, beginning of the second quarter. Northwest with the ball on their own 27-yard line.
Spreading it out on Northwest. I'm sorry. Excuse me, but spreading it out. They go to the right side. Number 25 making a good gain up the middle for about 5 or 6 yards.
Number 25, Devon Jackson, senior 5'9", 175-pounder. Flag on the play. Looks like they're waving that one against the Knights.
Good run. Good run. They spread it out. They give it to the running back, make sure the DBs get off their blocks and make a play outside. It's something that they haven't done much of before in the first quarter, before this rain delay.
Of course, this game, Patrick, is going to serve to show if the Knights are going to continue their ways of getting into the playoffs, or if the Redskins can find the glow that they once had and get back to where they belong.
Yeah, and they think they deserve that for sure. And here they go again. They got to spread it out a little bit.
Schnur keeps it, and he rolls around left end looking for room, and he sticks his nose in there, picking up about 2 yards.
Yeah, that penalty for Northwest hurt him a bit. They are going to come back. They're sticking to the ground game. Give it to our quarterback and make something happen. Going around the edge, and the blocks are there, but he's monitoring too much. He just needs to make a cut and go. He can't just keep foreseeing what's in front of him. He has to make a decision there.
There you go, paralysis of analysis, what the Emperor Chaz used to say. Bless his soul. Here Schnur kicks man in motion. He's back to pass, looking deep over the middle. Let's fly.
He's open.
That ball
good play.
broken up at the last minute by number 10, Jamarco Lewis. Excuse me, number 10,
Trevor
Porter of the Anderson Redskins.
Porter made a really awesome play on the defensive side. He was open. He closes on him very quickly when the ball gets there. Doesn't touch him, doesn't grab him. Makes a great defensive play with his left hand, swatting that ball away. That's how they teach it.
So the Knights are going to kick this ball. Anderson, this short kick, touches down on the 48-yard line, and Knights pick it up at about the 44. Number 33 on that ball for the Knights, Devontae Faulkner.
Yeah, just to extend on your point a little bit earlier, Jacob, about Northwest thinking they can make the playoffs again. They lost to the eventual champions of their Division II last year, Loveland High School, in the playoffs in the semifinals. I believe it was the semifinals. No, it was just the second round. I'm sorry, the second round of the Division II playoffs. So that 9-3 record is something that they feel like they can manipulate or can do
Here's
again.
to give to Frosito inside, breaking tackles, and he's down close to first down yardage at about the 45-yard line of the Knights.
It's a good run. Facito, actually, that was, yes, it was Facito. Look, it's a great run. He's going up. He's breaking tackles, keeping those legs turning, making sure just like one person isn't going to get in his way and trip him up.
He fakes to give, and he's around right in. Dylan Smith.
I like the play call. I like the decision by Smith because Frosito just went up the gut. It looked like it was covered that time by the Northwest defense, and I think he made a good decision. Keep that defense off balance a little bit and make sure they're keeping honest.
He's got it given to Frosito in this one. He stuffs his head in there, and it's going to be close to first down yardage.
Yeah.
Well, that was first down. It looks like no gain on the play. We know, Patrick, like you were saying, last year Northwest lost to the eventual state champs. But in that game, Northwest had a big lead on them that unfortunately they let get away, but it's not like Loveland just handed them their head.
Here we go, screen. Too late, though.
Frosito making guys miss.
Nice.
Turning it upfield. Flag on the play late.
Yeah, that was honestly, this screen took an incredibly long time to develop. And I'm not sure exactly if that was even going to gain any yards because the defensive line was seeing screen. They were going to come back, and block in the back, so they're going to go back even further. But that Facilio really manufactured all those yards that came out here. You'll see. I mean, it's just when you do a screen, you got to look left, and then he's got to throw it now. He's got to throw it now, and he doesn't. He waits too long to throw it. There's the block in the back, as you see. Those two guys had him dead to rights there, and he's making all those yards. This is a good block as well for Anderson. I missed his number. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's got to throw that now. Those screens, they got to happen immediately.
Dylan Smith trying to complete this ball over there to the right side, but broken up by the Northwest defender, number 29 there. 26. We don't have a 26.
No, it's
on
6. Number 6, Jacob.
Oh, number 6.
Yeah, Ryan
Shane
McClellan.
Baldwin.
Yeah, you're right. Shane, I'm sorry.
He's been around patrolling hash marks for the Knights now probably about 3 years, and
yeah,
gives a good account of himself.
Spreading it out, just like Northwest did, Anderson is.
They're coming after him, and they take each other out, so now he's got a lane to run, but he gets out of bounds.
I'm sorry.
Before he can make a sizable pickup, the Knight defense is able to shove him out of bounds. Dylan Smith, though, he's trying his heart out.
Yeah, that's a not top 10 Sports Center edition, I think, with the slippery conditions out there. They're pursuing the quarterback, they're pinching the ends, and they're both going after him, and they fall over each other and give him an opportunity, but couldn't get anything.
Dylan Smith getting off a good punt on 4th and 18. It's going to, unfortunately, go into the end zone where the Knights will set up shop from their own 20-yard line.
So Anderson, unlike Northwest last year, ended up with a 3-7 record and a 2-4 record in their Division IV Eastern Cincinnati Conference in Cincinnati. Didn't make the playoffs or any type of postseason. So they're hopefully, I mean, with a 6-0 score here, they're thinking maybe they can compete with this team. They, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, that Northwest was favored based on last year's statistics, and we'll see if they can continue the trend here. Their defense needs to come up with a stop here and keep it close, but Northwest is spreading it out again.
Looks like Northwest is going to the direct snap to number 3, Corey McGinnis. Bust in there, looks like about a 5-6 yard gain.
Yeah, they finally, I see Devon 25, Devon Jackson getting it. Their last year's big stud for Northwest, and McGinnis and Jackson are going to be their Wildcat, so to speak, duo here, I think, or should be.
It's like McGinnis back here again. Got everything spread out, man in motion, to give to the man in motion.
Nice.
But he's going to be stopped on a good defensive play. Number 89 in there shutting that down. Blake White.
They do the same play again, only this time they hand it off. Oh, close to a horse collar there, but gets his back of his jersey, not the top of his jersey, which is legal. The back of the jersey is legal. So a good job of holding on, keeping that hold. I mean, there was a lot of chaos going on there, so a decent job.
3rd and 3 on the play. The fake. McGinnis punched it in there, but he's going to be short of a first down. Looks like he's going to be down about the 29-yard line. Fourth and 3. Knights are going to have to punt.
Well, their offense is still on the field. We'll see if that's an interesting decision here. They got Schnurr back in there.
Go back to kick. Looks like Devon Jackson.
The rugby-style punt that was going to eventually happen is we'll have to wait.
On hold.
So Anderson, as to start the season, this is obviously the first game for both teams, but they played, both Anderson and Northwest played kind of like an introductory game, you know, kind of get the feel of games against another team, and they played Alter on the 22nd of this year, just about a week ago of August, and they got destroyed, unfortunately. Anderson did 48-7. Coming into this year, they're thinking, you know, we had something. They got destroyed by Alter, who was a good team. Let's put it that way. They're in their same division. Alter was in the playoffs last year. Alter lost to Clinton Massey in the semifinals in Division IV playoffs, and they had an 11-2 season as well last year. So Alter was not a pushover team, and they are a decent team. Alter produces a lot of D1 commitments.
Oh yeah,
for colleges. So yeah, that's not a pushover. So they shouldn't hang their heads on that. So this coming game will tell us a lot about their team this year.
Here come the Knights. They're going to punt this ball. Number 72 kicks it. Picked up by number 16 for the Redskins. He's around right in. He's got room. Nice ball. Nice tackle on the play. Number 57 for the Knights on that tackle.
Yeah.
Delton Colvert.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity to get a punt return because it was a line drive kick that had no airtime on it whatsoever. So it didn't get the coverage team a lot of time to get down there and tackle him. So he got it, and he just took off to the races around the edge and got some gain.
Personal foul on the play. Looks like. Sounds like this personal foul occurred after the play. Pushing and shoving, the penalties of passion about to find their way into this contest. But
don't let emotion get into it. That's a rule of thumb. Make sure you check that at the door. It's okay to have avidity and enthusiasm, but don't take it too far, guys.
Well, that was a pretty good hit, though, put on by the Knight defender, Delton Colvert, 5'9", 205-pound senior D lineman.
Well, he's definitely pleading his case like he's the culprit.
They're marching it off.
Good field position now.
Ball's going to be placed down on the northwest 33-yard line.
Wow. Anderson, this is a golden opportunity for Anderson to put up a touchdown here. I think they really need 7 points, or at least 6, to tie it.
We'll see what their play call is. Gives to Facito, but while they're waiting for him, all kind of Northwest defenders there. Whoever this number 29 is, Julian Daniels. Yeah, I remember him. He's a senior, 6 foot, 160.
Yeah, unfortunately, Facito didn't really have nowhere to go. He gets it and kind of trips up a little bit and probably was down, close to being down with his knee before anyone even touched him. But it was an interesting play call there with two people going in the same direction.
2nd and 13. He's breaking to the right, but he's going to be down. Slips, trying to avoid the tackle, is number 5, James Dean.
And this is not the first time we've seen this same blitz from Northwest. They do this pinch blitz a number of times today, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think really it's just getting the pressure and getting anxiety into the Anderson's quarterback to make him scramble and do things that he doesn't really feel comfortable doing, because he's outside the pocket. He's not really a decent quarterback. Inside the pocket, he's more of a runner and game manager from inside the pocket.
Here's Dylan Smith looking to run for it. He's trying to work his way out of a tackle, but unfortunately for the Redskins, number 5, James Dean, once more on the stop.
Yeah, here you got to know the situation a little bit. You got 3rd down and forever, and he takes off running. I mean, Michael Vick or some other great dual threat quarterback in the NFL is not going to get 23 yards running the football on a 3rd down play. You gotta take your chances. It's going to be 4th down. If he gets picked off, you get it's just like a punt.
That's right.
And you got to know the game situation. And these are high school kids, so you can't expect too much, but that's what he's got to be thinking.
So Dylan Smith kicks this ball off. Nice spiral kick, and it's going to...
Ooh, did it?
That was close to the coffin corner there.
I don't know. We're going to have a discussion here to see if we
They're
got
talking
it inside
about
the
putting it down. Yes, indeed.
Wow. And it does. You see the replay. It's over the pylon, and you can't get any better than that. I mean... This guy should be he's earned the job of full-time punter. Let's give him credit. He's putting the ball better on his foot than he is in the air today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, he's gotten it twice inside the 10-yard line. I mean, he's just making the Tiger Woods chip shots on the green, and they're falling for him.
Well, this is where the Redskin defense is going to have to bow their shoulders up and hold the Knights offense from getting any first down.
Yeah, great camera work by our team here at Waycross Community. Let's give them some credit for that shot on over the pylon there. Great up-close shot, guys.
So here we are. It looks like number 3, Corey McGinnis back there, and he takes the ball himself, breaks through the first line, sidesteps a tackle, and he's going to make it up to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, this is dangerous territory. Northwest has been here before. They know not to stretch it. They need to go up to gut, but he breaks that tackle right at the goal line. If that person wraps up and continues, he doesn't gain 5 yards. Number 10 for Anderson, Trevor Porta making the tackle on that.
Here we go on the sweep, but Knight's able to pick up good yardage up to about close to the 10, almost the 9-yard line here.
Yeah. Jackson there, again getting the football. In the first quarter, we didn't say his name much, and I was wondering why, because he's really was a lot of their offense last year.
That's right.
In a lot of their categories, in their conference as well. I mean, he was a stud in many of the categories in their conference. So I was curious when we were going to eventually call his name, and here it is, and it's the Wildcat. So they're getting out of it now and putting into the quarterback situation.
Pass complete. Schnurr puts it right in McGinnis' gut on that one. Good for a first down.
This is a good change of pace. Just a 3-step drop, a duck of a ball. I mean, maybe he could get a little bit more of a spiral on that. But a good pass right on target gets the job done. And that's really what a lot of coaches want. I mean, you don't need the long ball in this situation. You just need the 3 yards, pick up the first down, move the chains, and get on with the drive. Now they got some breathing room over near the 16-yard line.
Here Schnurr takes it himself up the middle, but he's met in that hole by the Anderson defense. We got the number 32 on that stop, Cody Coffey.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure why they went with the Wildcat previously, and that was a direct snap. And that seemed to be working a little bit. I mean, granted, it wasn't, evangelical or anything like that, but it was. I think it's better than beating up your quarterback for the direct snap. I mean, I'm not sure what they're thinking. They probably just want to keep them off base a little bit on the defensive side. They got a 3-man front, so they're clearly thinking they're going to be stretching the football here.
Schnurr fakes the give, and he's around left end. Monterey breaks the tackle up to the 31-yard line.
Well, that's why they direct snap it, and you're seeing this is the evidence of his speed that he can show when he gets the ball on the outside, making the first down.
2:52 left to go in the half. This second quarter has been moving right along.
Yeah, he fakes to Jackson there, and luckily so, because there's a defender there that got in his way and really kind of sprung him a little bit. Like you said, there's very little time if you're going to keep running the ball. You still got a decent amount to go. You got 70 yards to get to the end zone. They got to get some big chunks
back
here.
Looking to throw. Over here to the right, and nice defense slapped away by number 27 of the Redskin defense. That's Zach Martin.
Yeah, great defensive play. There's 2 defensive great plays by the secondary of Anderson. The ball was on money. It was a great defensive play. He's with him. He turns his head, puts his arm up, and just swats the ball away. Great awareness of where he is on the field in accordance to his receiver that he's covering and where the ball is. And when he looks up, he puts his hand up and makes a great defensive play. These DBs are getting coached pretty well at Anderson.
Here we go. Schnurr throwing it incomplete, but you better get on that ball.
Whoa. Let's see.
It goes to the Redskins.
Wow, big turnover here.
The guy knew he needed to get on that ball, but there was more Redskins there than him, and unfortunately for the Knights, he couldn't come up with it. 2:19 left to go in the half.
Yeah, you look at it. I mean, he's just behind the receiver. I mean, that is a live ball. It's behind him. It's a lateral pass. It's what it's like. It's not an incomplete pass. He needs to grab that ball, and he doesn't. And it seems like, Anderson, they missed an opportunity early when they had it down there, but right now. They need to capitalize on this with 2 minutes left.
Give to Fashida, but he stopped in the backfield. Number 29 on that stop, Julian Daniels.
I agree. I'm okay with the run here, with the play call, because that's what's got him a little bit of yardage with Facito. I mean, he's a decent back, but they got to start thinking about mixing up some short slants or getting the football out of Dylan Smith's hands a little bit and some other playmakers.
It's like timeouts called by Anderson. They consult with their brain trust to figure out what they're going to do on this 2nd and 11. They don't want to come away empty in this situation that's been handed to them by the Knights.
You're right. You're exactly right, Jacob. This is on the 20-yard line with 1:52 left in the game. They got to come away with some sort of points here before the half. I mean, I know their ground game is their bread and butter, but they really got to start mixing it up, because right now the Northwest defense knows what's coming. They're predictable, and they got to start doing something different. They got to put in a play call, or maybe get not just the outside. Maybe they got to do like a different kind of screen, but they got to execute it. Last time they did a screen, it wasn't executed properly. They got to go back to something that keep them off balance a little bit. They're getting pressure, and when they get pressure, Dylan Smith's coming out of the pocket and is not making good decisions.
So here's Dylan Smith on the snap, rolling to his right, looking deep, and he's going to have to tuck it and try to avoid a tackle. He throws the ball incomplete over the head of number 3, Justin Dornbach.
Yeah, it was a good job. When he got outside the pocket here, he makes the guy miss, as we'll see. He does a little juke. Nice job, buys him some time. Gets his shoulders square, but just lost it a little too high for his receiver. He was covered, but, I mean, if he caught it right next to that sideline, he probably could have made a pay to bring it down. And it's a 3rd down at this point. We're going to see if they can come up with something big.
Here's Smith. They're coming in after him, but he throws the ball, and it's going to be intercepted or close to intercepted. Dropped at the last minute.
Wow.
By the Knight defender. He read that well. That's number 6, Shane Baldwin. Again, Shane Baldwin's been patrolling hash marks for the Knights.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good play by the defensive player. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's got him covered. But if that ball is over his head in that end zone, that's a touchdown.
So here comes Shane Baldwin now. Excuse me, number 9, Dylan Smith. He's going to be the holder on this field goal attempt, and it's up. And it looks like it's through the uprights for 3 points for the Anderson Redskins. So with 1:32 left to go in the half, we have Northwest Knights 6 and the Anderson Redskins 3.
And honestly, when you're looking at it from a Northwest perspective, this is a win and a failure. And if you think about it, we're great that they didn't get the ball in the end zone, but that interception that he dropped could have prevented those 3 points from getting on the board. And you'll see this is a replay of the throw. And like I said, if he gets more air into this, it's two line drive. It's a line drive. If he catches the ball, great job by the defender getting in front and making a play on it. But if he catches that ball, they don't get 3 points. So,
well,
I mean, again, it's a win, it's a victory, but it's a missed opportunity from the fact that it was right in his hands. I mean, that's why they play defense, right?
I'm sure Coach Sting, Patrick, I'm sure Coach Sting will let him know about this in the film room on Monday.
He's probably letting them know now. He's probably like, oh, man, great play, but you got to catch the ball.
You know, but on the other hand, as far as the Knights go, Patrick, that interception, that basically fumble that they lost, that play, that's what I call straight out of the Bernie Kosar playbook, those sideways passes. It's like, if you're going to throw the ball, throw it down the field.
And for our younger viewers, Bernie Kosar was a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns back in the day.
That's right.
That's the reference.
So that kick is up. Knights take it in. Shane Baldwin, he's going to move around and upfield. He's got a block, and with that block, it's going to be all the way to the house. If there's no flags, that's going to count.
Yep.
Touchdown, Northwest Knights. Shane Baldwin returning that punt all the way, breaking the backs of the Anderson Redskins, who thought they had a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. This is a stake to the heart. I mean, he's basically going untouched. Look at this gap. You could drive a semi-truck through this play. Everything's not even touched. And then, not to mention, he's got a blocker in front of him.
Really?
I mean, the punter doesn't really do much. He falls backwards. I mean, I think he would have done that anyway. But
I don't blame him.
Completely untouched. Completely untouched to the end zone. I mean, it's an 80-yard, kickoff return. He picked him up and put him down. That the senior 5'7", 160 pounds flew down the field.
Looks like Northwest calling timeout before they attempt this PAT. Number 90, Alex Shibik, senior kicker, is going to be in there. They need this extra point.
Are they contemplating going for 2 here is the question. It's early in the game. Usually the theory is that you don't go for 2 unless you have to.
That's correct.
With 1:19 left in the second quarter right before halftime, he's thinking maybe this will be the, I don't know, maybe he's thinking this is the only points that they're going to score. They haven't been moving the ball that well. They got 1 touchdown on a pass.
Well, I'm thinking they need to kick this PAT for one reason. Now that Kyle Kostoff has graduated, they need to establish who's going to be working the toe for him this year. And since the first one was missed, low kick, didn't even get over the upright, they need this guy to have some confidence, number 90, Alex Shivik. And here he is.
Yeah, just like it. Yeah, he's going to hold. Schnurr's going to hold just like Smith hold for Anderson. Ooh, interesting snap. Got it down.
Kick is up, and that kick is good for the Northwest Knights. Give the young man, you're going to need this guy. They know they got people that can convert a 2-point conversion.
And this makes it a 10-point lead, which is a touchdown to field goal, which is, you know.
For this game, that's a good lead.
Yeah, I would say the way Anderson's not moving the ball, the only reason they got the points they did was from a turnover.
That's
right.
right.
They really haven't been moving the ball very well at all, so this was their correct decision by going for the point after attempt.
So with 1:19 left to go in the half. You see this touchdown run again. I mean, this is going to be on the Knights highlight film.
Well, there hasn't been many highlights in this game, unfortunately, but this is a great play. I mean, it's untouched, great blocking. I mean, a fullback basically in front of him. I mean, you get that opportunity. It's like the movie Waterboy. You just put that guy in front of you, and just, I mean, that opportunity is so much fun as a football player to knock somebody over like that.
Here Shibik kicks this ball off to the Redskins. Faceto steps up and grabs it, dips and ducks around a couple of would-be tackles. Now he's off to the races.
Watch out.
He gets by number 10. Number 10 is going to be down hurt. Looks like for the Knights, that's Jamarco Lewis. A little slow getting up from that attempted tackle. Nice play, though. Nice return by Faceto.
It's the Faceto show here for Anderson. It's the Dylan Smith Faceto show. There hasn't been many playmakers on either side, really, but it's, I mean, Faceto's getting his hands on the ball, and he doesn't have breakaway speed, as you can see here, but he's got enough intelligence to see where he's going. Yeah.
When he decides, here we go on the play, he's got to give on this one. Muscles in there for about a 5-yard pickup.
You got a minute, Anderson. I'm not sure exactly why you're running the football now. You got, oh, well, here's a flag. That's going to help him with the time management. Looks like they're pointing at Northwest, which will help them.
Of course, you know, Patrick, last year we covered Anderson's first game, this same location. They were up against the Mount Healthy Owls that night, and they had a slow start that night.
Yeah, number 1 for Northwest, Ty McCowan, a 5'9" senior, 215 pounds, is very animated about the too many men on the field call. I'm not sure if it was his fault or if he was angry at his teammates, but you can see his frustration in his actions, fortunately. So, I mean, Anderson was here before, and they didn't do anything. Again, they're going to have to prove to us that they can score here to make this a football game. They should. They another miracle opportunity here coming up. They're just getting gifted, basically, good field position, and Northwest their defense has been good so far.
So here we go. Smith and his pistol. He's got the snap. He's looking to throw, and he throws over the middle, a little bit wobbly. It's going to be off the hands of his receiver.
Well, kind of as Smith does it, it's kind of a lame duck. Doesn't have a whole lot of mustard on it. And he's going to get hit hard, the receiver does, right in the gut. He tries a one-handed catch. He's covered 4 Northwest defenders around him. Not really sure that was the proper decision.
Yeah, Connor Wheeldon could have very easily come up with cracked ribs on that one. Here's Smith rolling to his left, throwing his ball. It's going to be in and out of the hands of his receiver, number 89, Blake White.
Well, that's going to stop the clock, fortunately, for Anderson. Not sure where this gun came from of his arm, because you see the previous pass, and it was a duck, and this one is a bullet to his receiver, which was a great pass. As you see, he's really got some give on that one, but his receiver does a great job catching the ball and looking upfield, but then unfortunately fumbles it out of bounds, which stops the clock here with a 3rd down and 1 to go. Let's see what they do.
3rd and 1. 41 seconds left to go. The give is to Facita. He breaks through. Looks like this ball is going to be spotted at the Northwest 19-yard line. 1st and 10. 36 seconds now. Here we got the Knights. It's going to be a flag. Too many men on the field.
Yep. There's a lot going on there on Northwest's fault there. You see a guy running on the field late. There's just too much confusion. The hurry up had him on edge a little bit.
Well, this will give the Redskins some additional yardage as they try to matriculate this ball through the into the end zone. 31 seconds left to go. Now, Dylan Smith, though, he looks like his ability, he with a little polish, I could see where he could be a quarterback for these guys over the course of this season.
Well, he's going to have to be. He was the backup last year, didn't get too many touches. He's the next in line, and when your number is called, you got to step up.
Here he takes a snap, rolling to his right. He's looking to throw.
Nice.
Got this ball completed to his tight end over there. Close to 1st down yardage, it probably will be.
Yes. Most importantly, he gets out of bounds, Jacob. As you see, this is actually when it's a great decision outside the pocket. Not many of these. He looks assertive. He waits for the play to develop, which is great because he wasn't open initially. And you get to this point, he gets out of bounds, and we'll see what happens.
Blake White on that catch. Here's Dylan Smith and trying to muscle his way in there, but he's going to be short.
They need to call a timeout if not.
8 seconds left to go. Timeout for the Redskins.
Well, they haven't seen a touchdown yet, so it's he's not in. That's the call. In.
But at least to the Redskins' credit, now they seem to be getting Blake White involved in the offense to go along with what Facita is giving them, giving the Northwest Knight defense a little bit more to think about.
You got a little bit of the Bush push back from the Notre Dame USC game when he's right next to the goal line. He's stopped, and you see some of these Anderson players pushing him in a little bit. They thought clearly by their reactions that he was in. I'm not sure if they're gonna converse a little bit. I mean, they're obviously talking about it. They're not gonna give him the touchdown, but you can't get much closer than that.
That's
I mean,
right.
you're on the inch line. The half yard, basically.
They're going to have to earn it. My guess is Facita gets the carry here, do or die. We either make it or we don't.
I'm not. They got 8 seconds. I don't know. I would say you got enough time for one play here, because if not, then you have to kick the field goal or go for.
Or look at the run and see the way they're lined up.
Oh no! You got to call timeout. Oh, man.
Timeout's been called with 4 seconds left on the clock.
Well, they
Julian
lost
Daniels
yardage here.
On the stop for the Knight defense.
Yeah, it looks like he fumbled the ball a little bit. I'm not real sure exactly if that was because of the exchange or if that was his own fault, but they were on the half-yard line, and now they're on the 3.5-yard line, so basically losing 3 yards on that play. Good stop by the Northwest defense. Really putting bow in their shoulders and really getting low and being aggressive. So they got 4 seconds here, Jacob, and I would send, if I was him, the field goal unit on it.
Yeah, they should just kick the field goal here because then that'll see them down by 7 points.
Yeah, you got to get points here, and it looks like that's what they're doing.
So it'll be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Dylan Smith in the hole, he puts it down and kicks up, and it looks like it's
no good
here.
Oh man!
Time expires at the end of the first half. We have a score of the Northwest Knights 13 and the Anderson Redskins 3. We will be right back after halftime with more Waycross Community Access Sports.
Hi, I'm former Major League Baseball All-Star Al Oliver. When I played, I tried to make it a simple game, like see the ball, hit the ball. But trust me, sports are not that simple. Try to remember that when you watch an interscholastic athletics contest where everyone is trying their best in a game they all love, so please be courteous and set an example that reflects positively on your school and community. Let's remember to respect the game.
High School Athletic Association is a voluntary, nonprofit association of more than 830 public and private high schools and approximately 850 7th and 8th grade schools.
Member schools vote on rules and regulations pertaining to eligibility, scholarship, and many other issues.
Sometimes we have to make tough decisions to enforce the rules, but that's just part of all the things the OHSAA does to make sure Ohio school sports are fair, safe, and fun for everyone.
And welcome, Waycross viewers, to the second half of tonight's game between the Northwest Knights, who are leading the Anderson Redskins 13-3. Before we go too far into the second half, I'd like to give you some stats from the first half. Team stats, where we show first downs, Northwest 6, Anderson 7. Rushing, Northwest 19 for 65 yards. Anderson 19 for 60 yards. Passing, Northwest 4 of 8, no interceptions. Anderson 5 of 11, no interceptions. Plays from scrimmage, Northwest 27 for 98 yards. Anderson 30 for 81 yards. Kick returns, that's the almighty stat now the way it looks. Northwest 2 for 134 yards. Anderson 2 for 38 yards. Anderson had one punt return on the 18-yard return, and Northwest has 0 punt returns. No interception, no fumbles for Northwest and Anderson, although Anderson has 1 fumble lost. Penalties, Northwest 6 penalties for 60 yards. Anderson 1 penalty for 8 yards, so they're playing disciplined ball. Punts, Northwest 3 for 32.3 yard average. Anderson 3 for a 43.3 yard average. Time of possession, here we are. The Knights control the clock, 13 minutes and 7 seconds to 10 minutes and 53 seconds for the Redskins. Third down efficiency, the Knights were 3 of 6 and the Redskins 1 of 7. The Knights didn't go for any 4th downs. The Redskins converted 1 of 2 on their 4th downs. So Facito had 10 carries for 40 yards, 30-yard long. McGinnis had 6 carries for 25 yards and a 15-yard long. Passing, Schnurr 4 of 8 for 33 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Smith 5 of 11 for 21 yards. So that's the story of the stats there, Patrick. It looks like we're going to be in line to have a wild second half for this game.
Yeah, it's a 13-3 score starting the second half here. As you said, the story much less is that punt return. Shane Baldwin came, and you said the total stats for returns were 134 yards, 2 returns, and one of those returns was 80 yards for a touchdown. And that seems to be the difference now in the scoring. The story for Anderson is missed opportunities. They've had great field position, as you mentioned, by the most penalized team on the field being Northwest. And as you said, Anderson's been doing a good job of that, being disciplined for only 1 penalty. But they've been given gifts, honestly. Let's be honest. They had great field position in Northwest territory, Anderson did, and they just can't take advantage of it. They had an opportunity where they were literally a half yard away from the end zone and didn't punch it in, and they should have. And then they ended up missing the field goal at the end of half, which hurts. Which it's really. I mean, they could be within 7 right now, and at the least, you know. I mean, they could be within 3, which they probably should have been, unfortunately. But Shane Baldwin, honestly, is a difference maker in this game. And last season, in 2013, he actually was leading the conference in average returns. So this is nothing that he's not used to, as last year being the best in the Southwest Ohio Conference. So as we get started here, number 90 for Northwest will be kicking off to Anderson.
Alex Shivik kicking off for the Knights. Again, he's one of the the three-headed monster, if you will, that they're trying to put together to replace Kyle Kostoff. And Shivik puts his toe into it, and the second half is underway. Facito grabs his ball at his 8-yard line. He comes straight north with it. Number 4 for the Knights trying to hold on till his mates can get in there and help him with the assist. That's number 4, Peyton Brown.
Yeah, it's a lot of fighting for Facito. Honestly, he's a determined runner. I really like the way he runs the football. There's a block in the back here I thought that they missed. You see those two people come in just flying in from the screen. That was the effect of someone I thought blocking the back, but good pursuit by Northwest. Facito did a great job getting the extra yards with that avidity that he has.
So here's Smith in the pistol. He gives a Facito, run straight northward. It breaks through a couple tackles, lowers his shoulder, and this guy has good instincts. No uncertain moves when he's got the carry.
Yeah, they start out the second half like they did a lot of the first half by giving it to Facito, and they're doing the hurry up here, and they're not. Northwest isn't ready.
Here's Facito again, breaking around right in.
They got the first down. Looks like
that should be a first down pickup for the Redskins. Well, Patrick, looks like we see the participants in the next game arriving at the scene. Looks like that's the Mount Healthy Owls.
They're going to be facing the Beechwood, and here we go. He keeps it.
Smith keeps it himself. He's able to drag a defender, a couple-yard pickup on the carry. It's like about a 3-yard gain.
Well, a healthy dose of Facito, 3 straight runs, and Smith to start the second half for the Anderson Redskins.
Smith in the pistol. Facito back there gets the give, but he's going to be met after about a half-yard gain.
Well, now it's third down, 3rd and 6. It's not that far. I don't know. Like, I think they're gonna run it here. That's my conclusion, because they haven't been doing well passing the ball. So we'll see what they do here. They got trips to the right. Now within motion.
Give, and it's a whistle on the play.
That's not good.
They're calling it what, 3rd and 4, but if that was the play they had designed, I don't think they would have made it.
Wow. Again, a gift.
Keeps the drive going.
Man.
Chains moving. Northwest is going to have to be careful. Here's Smith giving it to Facito inside, where he's met by a host of defenders from Northwest.
Loses his hat. He's going to have to come out for a play.
Looks like number 28 is going to come in there, Patrick Johnson.
Good solid name, Patrick.
Well, you wouldn't really have any favoritism about that.
No. I mean, there's not a Jacob we've heard yet, though. I'm just saying.
Here's the give. Oh. Patrick, with that solid name, is hit solid by the Northwest defense. 5'11", 160-pound junior for the Redskins.
And as just one play in, and he's out. Here comes Facito, as expected.
Patrick, a good name on March 17th.
Yeah, that's right. We got a name. We got a day named after that name.
Here's Smith back there rolling to his right, looking to throw. He's got a man wide open, and he waits too long to throw the ball. Number 16, he was waiting, and Connor Wilden, and it looks like he could have saw him a little sooner. He'd have had a deep completion.
Yeah, the bootleg, he gets out of the pocket, and he's pumping. You look at him, and he's not really making a solid decision. And on the run, we haven't really seen a very consistent passing repertoire from Dylan Smith. It's either good or bad, and that was a bad. It was errant throw. He probably should have made it earlier to give him more of a chance.
Well, here's Smith with a good punt. He's going to land down there at about
the
the 5-yard line.
Did it again.
Nails the lid down there about the 4-yard line.
He could be recruited by colleges to punt.
Yeah, that's a lot of skill. I mean, that's what Northwest had going on when Corey Roberson was their quarterback. He was handling the punting chores also.
Yeah, he's telling the Cincinnati Enquirer, who gave him honorable mention, saying, hey, I should have been first or second team here. I mean, and he's giving them evidence why, because he's really putting them inside the 10-yard line. We had, this one's going to be marked on around the 5-yard line, and that's, inside, I think all 3 punts. I don't know if about the second one. It's definitely inside the 10. I'm not sure if it was inside the 5, but if it was, that's 3 punts inside the 5-yard line. That's incredible.
So here comes Schnur in the pistol. He turns, gives the ball. It's like good carry, good pickup by number 3, Corey McGinnis.
Yeah, McGinnis had good vision on that. He gets the handoff. It's a straight handoff. It didn't look like it was an option play, like he was going to keep it or not. He gives it straight to McGinnis. He has great vision and gets right into the hole.
Well, to the Northwest Knight offensive line's credit, they're being anchored and held down by their center, 3-year starter, Justin Berquist. Looks like he's holding his right hand like it got a little sting in it, but he's a tough guy. He's going to be over the ball, and I've never seen this guy make a bad snap in shotgun all these years I've been watching him.
Oh, nice job. Great job. Well, as you see, he'll come around the end. Great pursuit, great speed coming around the defensive end position, and makes a great tackle. Great tackle for a loss.
Murphy on that tackle for the Redskins.
He's 6'3", 215, and he's a senior. He's out to make a statement. He's saying, hey, colleges, this is what I can do. I mean, they only got a 3-man front, Anderson does, so there's a good chance that he's going to be blocked by 2 guys most of the time. So getting the speed to get around there is important.
Back to pass, looking left. He throws ball complete to his receiver. First down territory, about the 19-yard line for the Knights.
Yeah, it was a great pass. Anderson's been great on their defense. It's an errant snap there, but quarterback does a good job of getting the ball and firing on target. He was really covered. I mean, give the defense credit. They still did their job, but it was a better ball and a better catch that Northwest made. Schnur making a quality play
into a tight window.
It's an excellent play we haven't seen a lot of today.
Gives to McGinnis. Bounces it outside, but
nice job.
The Anderson defense is there for the stop. Host of defenders, among them number 47, Pete Martini.
Yeah, and this is still great pursuit. Number 27 hitting them initially, and the rest of the Anderson 4 Redskins are just all around them after initial contact, and that's great pursuit. You want to see that. I mean, with 6:14 left in the third quarter, some of these Redskins could be getting a little tired. I mean, they're just, maybe they could be getting cramping, just coming out from halftime. You like to see them run into the ball. This is what defensive coaches want to see.
Well, the way it looks to me, Patrick, this way this game is going for the Redskins, they're going to need somebody on defense to step up. Maybe get a strip, fumble recovery, or interception.
I think the referee thought maybe there was a streak of lightning or something. He stopped play.
Camera flash.
Yes.
Okay. We're told by our staff.
So we're told that we're thinking it's an injury. It was a timeout by the referee, thinking there was a guy coming off late.
Schnur in the pistol. He's got the ball. He's fading deep, but he fumbles. And looks like it's going to be a scrum for his ball. Recovered by the Anderson Redskins.
Wow.
And this is what they needed. This is the elixir, if you will, that they've been needing to get themselves on the scoreboard.
Yes, the elixir of life is a great way to put it. This is, again, another opportunity for Anderson. They get it. A great pursuit. I mean, that 66 Murphy, again, coming in, making a great tackle, getting the ball loose, and the pursuit of the defense, as we talked about, making a play, and honestly, the Northwest, they can't keep putting them in position.
Here's Smith giving to Vecino. He runs for a big hole, gaping hole, touchdown. Anderson Redskins, no flags on the field. So here we go, Pat.
Yeah, we got a ball game, and just like perfect segue. I appreciate Anderson obliging a little bit. Northwest couldn't be getting in these positions where they're just getting, have field position. They had their backs to the wall a number of times, and just one play it took. Anderson got the ball up the middle. Facito did a great job breaking tackles, getting in the end zone. And if we make this PAT, we have a 3-point game and something to look forward to coming down the stretch here.
And the kick is up, and it's going to be called good.
All right.
So with 5:41 left to go in the third quarter of this affair, we have the Northwest Knights 13 and the Anderson Redskins 10, but coming on strong at this stage of the game.
Yeah, and you know, we talked at the beginning of this broadcast with the very first touchdown Northwest had. They missed the extra point, and right now with 5:41 left to go in the third quarter, and when we're not in the fourth quarter yet, granted, if this is 5:41 the fourth quarter, it'd be different. But that PAT might be coming in. Here's the replay again, as you see Facito like not getting tripped up by the defenders and really keeping his knees high and making it work and being diligent.
We got down, Northwest player down, looks like a cramped.
Well, I guess he heard me too loud. I said cramps, and he's got to get some hydration. It's a big player for them, too.
Elijah Wallace, 5'10", 230-pound senior for the Knights.
Is that 6? I think that was Shane Baldwin.
Oh, was that Shane Baldwin?
Yeah, I think that was Shane Baldwin. Number 6.
Well, if it's number 6, that's who it was. But that looks like number 8. No, that's number 6. That's number... Mr. Magoo, part-time sports analyst.
All right. We'll see if Anderson can respond here with their defense coming out and not giving up some points.
You think Anderson will try to go for the onside kick?
I sure hope not. That would be a very poor. I mean, granted, an onside kick can, make or break, a game and turn the tide. Don't get me wrong.
This is not the
this is not the time to do it. I'm not gonna let
that was some kind of squib just over the line.
It was questionable.
Uh-oh, that ball's laid out. And it looks like the Redskins got this one. No? Northwest got a guy running loose.
Oh my gosh, and he's gonna score.
All the way to the house. No flags on the field. And that's gonna be a touchdown.
That's Jackson. Wow, Devon Jackson making a
Devon Jackson, we got to see what happened on this replay there, how they get up in his hands. Number 2 is down hurt for the Knights. Slow to get up.
Yeah, who's the one who fumbled the ball and got his arm just... man.
Okay, rolled right out to him.
Yeah.
Rolled right out there, just like it meant to.
Good camera work by our crew again.
Our crew was right on top of that.
Way across community. It just rolled right out to him, and he got the gift, and he ran with it. A lot of people, I think Anderson thought that they had the ball, and they stopped, but Devon Jackson's like, hey, look what I found.
That's right.
This is a golden nugget. So he takes it and just runs up the sideline, and no one's catching him.
Well, that's a good way for the Northwest Knights to roll back Mighty Mo that was starting to turn in favor of the Redskins there. Ooh. This could be a pressure.
This doesn't look good for Cortez McGinnis. Number 2 for Northwest, though. His arm was just submerged a little bit. I know he got kicked again at the end. Yeah. I don't know. Either one of those injuries. He's getting up now, which is a good sign on the field. He's limping a little bit. I'm not sure if there was a concussion that happened or if his leg got turned. It kind of looks like he's limping, maybe his injured leg. Here's the play again. Oh, he gets hit real hard. His left leg kind of gets buckled under him as well.
Yep. And then that kick in the head didn't look all that good for him right there.
That's never fun. A big hit, though. I mean, it was a great hit by Anderson, drawing the ball loose and making sure that he didn't initially recover it again.
So pending the outcome of this PAT.
Wow. Back-to-back touchdowns after a pretty slow first half.
Alex Shibik in here to attempt his point after. Northwest got the 19-10 lead. They should have listened to me and kicked that ball on sides.
I don't know if they heard you or they just wanted to. I don't know if it was a poor kick or what, but it worked. It didn't work out.
Anderson coming like they want to block this kick.
There it is. Oh, got it.
And they did.
Yes.
This kick is no good.
Wow, that's 2 PATs again. They've gotten blocked.
Yes, indeed, Anderson.
Let's see if we can. We can't see the numbers, unfortunately. But again, the second PAT blocked by Anderson, making it only a 9-point game. Man, so that means if they get a touchdown and field goal, they would win the game. If they do that, I mean, again, let's hope it doesn't bite them coming down the stretch.
Excuse me, Patrick, with 5:25 left to go in the game, 19-10, the Knights leading. I want to, at this time, invite any viewers who are interested in volunteering for Waycross Community Media to lend their efforts and supports to our cause, help this young high school talent achieve success in the community. By volunteering, you can deepen your sense of belonging, help others reach their potential, blaze a trail, and share your vision. So that's 825-2429 or visit www.waycross.tv/volunteer.
Yeah, we're volunteers for Waycross Community, and we do this out of the enjoyment that we give to you guys, and watching these great high school football teams in the greater Cincinnati area compete every year, and it's a wonderful blessing to have a program like this and the funding from the communities to help us do this every year.
So here we go. Northwest kicks this ball off, and this is going to be Frasito making a nice grab, and here he comes straight north with it, and he's got an opening if he cuts through the crease, and he does. Ball's going to be up to the 35-yard line for the Redskins.
We got a Ken Griffey Jr. I'm going there with the over-shoulder catch at about the 5-yard line, and makes a good return to about the 31-yard line. If he lets that go, it's probably going to the end zone and coming out to the 20, and that's some skill. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm pretty impressed with his return ability on kickoffs today.
In the pistol, fakes to give to Facito. Now he's around right in, but he's met after about a 5-yard gain, though.
It's a group tackle. That's what that was for 3 Northwest people. It's a good fake because all the people got submerged inside, but 3 Northwest people at around the 40-yard line just grab them and take them down.
Well, they got to honor any fake to Frasito. And he's keeping it this time, and he's slowed down, knocked down to the ground by number 1, Ty McGowan. He's going to be 5'9", 215-pound D lineman for the Knights.
Yeah, and it's a great job staying with the block, but he got an extra yard or so spinning him around, which is going to make it 3rd and 1.
Frasito twists around, but he fights, but it's going to be a little bit shy.
Yeah, fighting is a great word, Jacob, that you use, because he initially gets hit right there. A decent block by number 89 getting him out there, but he's fighting. You see him reaching at the end of that play to try to get the ball to the 1st down marker. He's really honest on that play, fighting for every single yard, and unfortunately he lost a yard in his efforts.
Well, that's the first time I've seen a guy pull away from James Dean for the Knights on defense. Number 5, James Dean, been giving a well account of himself. Kick is off. This one is going to be handled by Shane Baldwin at the 20, looking for room, just get north with it. Nice coverage by the Redskin special teams on that.
Number 50, another booming kick by Dylan Smith, showing his great talent at kicking. But yeah, number 50 for Anderson, Chris Cooley, is a senior, 5'8", 180, making the stop there. He's doing some juking, as you see, but nice job. Gang tackling. I'm sorry, was that 50? Yeah, it was 50. So nice job pursuing that on the kickoff coverage team, Chris.
So here comes the Knight offense. Offensive line led by center Justin Berkowitz. Looks like they're going to direct snap it to McGinnis, and he fumbles the snap.
Man, oh man. I was just going to mention, Jacob, that this is where the Anderson gets their offense. This is where they get their field position, is by putting them back and having Northwest fumble the ball on the direct snap, and then getting the field position and taking advantage of it there. Well, this is where the tide happens for Anderson. This is where the fun happens.
That snap looks like Corey McGinnis could have concentrated a little bit better and held on to that ball, because it was, elbow level snap.
Yep, good snap. He's looking at his hands like, where's the sticky stuff? It's all gone. Schnur's back in there now.
Looks like we've got a guy in here. Is this number 12 for the Knights throwing this ball?
Right through his hands.
Brandon Shelton in there, quarterback for the Knights.
Oh, what happened? I bet he got. Did he get injured?
I don't know.
I wonder why he wasn't in there. Let's see if he comes back in at any point.
This is where, if you're the Knights, you need one of those clock-eating drives, burn some of this clock. And here comes number 12 in the game again, Brandon Shelton. Of course, at some point this year, I'm sure they're going to need this guy to prove his worth. 3rd and 16.
Got him spread out.
Shelton looking to throw it to his right.
He's got him open.
Sideline pattern.
Smacked.
Leonard laid down hard by number 27 for the Redskins, Zach Martin.
That's gonna sting. Look at this. It's a nice pass. He's looking. He's feeling that right now, and he's just lowering his shoulder and laying the boom down. I mean, that's completely legal. Didn't use his head. Used his shoulder. Great job by Zach Martin coming over from his safety position and giving him a hurt, laying down the authority.
Patrick, it looks like I'm seeing number 10 in the same picture every time. Trevor Porta. This kick is in over in. Looks like number 13 will pick it up. Take across the 50-yard line. Now he's going back on the other side.
Man.
Hey. Number 33 trips him up. Devontae Faulkner.
Wow, yeah, so he gets the punt that was rolling on the ground, gets it rolled right to him, so he picks it up, he sees an alley, but then that's covered, so he decides, well, if that one's going to close, I'm going to try to find something else, and he gets himself into trouble. He should have just kept going straight to the hole that he found. He got trips to the left here.
Here's a gift to Facito. Yeah, see, he should talk to Facito about what to do with this ball.
That's right. Give him some return tips. But, they had trips to the left there, and there was a wide open to the right. So they get another healthy dose of Facito come in.
Just looks like the Redskin offense on its own could sustain any, 40, 60-yard drive on its own.
Yep.
Got number 22 in motion. He gets
there he goes.
He runs through a hole. He's got
Nice
a
job.
defender holding his jersey. It's number 11 trying to hold on for dear life for the Knights, Brandon Schoen.
Finally getting some other characters in the group here. There's more characters to the story. We're hoping we get, look at that. Just one hand just grabs his jersey and spins him around till his friends come in and take him down. But great job recognizing the hole and hitting the hole and getting the gain.
Here's Smith giving the Facito muscles his way inside, picking up about 2 tough yards.
I wouldn't mind seeing A.J. Penley a little bit more. I mean, Facito's been carrying the load here. He's probably pretty tired. He's doing returns. He's getting the ball. I know he got it. What was it? The first 5 out of the 6 runs at the beginning of the game, or 4 out of the 5, something of that nature. So he's a healthy dose, and he's getting tired. Get some more characters in this book.
I think they act like they want to get this ball to number 16, Connor Wheeldon, at some point. There's Facito, steps around the tackle, out of another one, busting through there close to first down yardage for the Redskins.
Facito's saying, hey, Pat, I'm not getting tired. Just keep giving me the ball. I'm the workhorse. And decent block gets around the initial attacker there. You think you're getting him hooked up right here. He gets spinned around, not really wrapping up. The defense looks like it's getting a little bit tired of tackling him, too. He's like, why do we keep seeing this guy? So it makes a third down and about 1 or 2.
He fakes the give. He rolls to his right, but he's going to be harried by the defense. He was close to first down. Clock's still running. He didn't get out of bounds.
Great effort.
He's going to be slightly short to where the referee's standing.
Yeah, the defense was there. This was the option that Dylan Smith had. Good reach. Look at him. I mean, he's going to have a case here. Maybe they're going to stop and
calling for a measure. Okay, we're told by Tony in the truck that he was short on that, although he gave it his effort.
Yeah, great quality effort. He really sprung and did the reach that a quarterback should have done. We got an injured player, unfortunately.
The Knight defender getting his hamstring stretched out over there.
Looks like more cramps. The training staff for these high schools are quality medical staff, because they're coming from different hospitals or different health centers. Yeah, yep. Beacon, just to mention a couple around the greater Cincinnati area, and they know what they're doing. So, I mean, they quickly assess the situation and make sure they can tell them, yes, you can go back in the game, or no. And they're a great asset to have on all these high schools, because we have a great system like that in our city.
Who's that? Shane Baldwin coming off with this little...
That's the second time.
So the weather quieted down quite a bit. Mother Nature moved off to some cornfield where it really needs this rain.
Yeah, get those droughts around California.
California drought.
We'll see there. I think they just got to let the clock run out here to end the third quarter and move into the fourth. And that's exactly what they're going to do. They'll be coming with a 4th and 1 on the other side of the quarter here to start the fourth. And we'll see what they do. I mean, in my opinion, Jacob, they're going to have to go for it. In my opinion, I think they're going to eventually have to get a touchdown one way or the other. And this is a great opportunity for it. On the other side of the coin, they say, well, we're in field goal range already. I mean, are they? Are they not? I mean, in high school, they're on the 25-yard line. That'd make it around the 30-something. That's a pretty long field goal in high school. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you need to talk crossing the goal line. Field goal basically won't do them any good in this situation. They just don't have enough offense to generate a score on top of the field goal, and at the same time keep Northwest from scoring.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I would go for it here. Because, I mean, a field goal is going to be probably out of the range of they have Dylan Smith, though. I mean, granted, I mean, I'm not sure if he's the kicker or not, just the punter, but he could try. I mean, he can, if he does kick, field goals as well. But I think they're going to go for it here, to be honest with you, and that's probably the correct call, because eventually they're going to need a touchdown. This is a good opportunity to keep a drive alive and see what they can do.
So here we go, Patrick. 4th and 1. Fork in the road, or stick a fork in him for the Redskins. Gives to Facito, and it looks like he's got it. Fumbled the ball. They may call that down by contact. None of the officials want to make an indication in favor of the Knights.
I love these biased opinions by the players. They're, oh, we got it. No, we got it. I mean, let's. Here's the replay. It's definitely a fumble for sure. It's just who comes up with it. I think it's evident that he was not down. Well, there's the ball, and there's a Northwest guy jumping on top of it. It looks like if they review this is going to be Northwest ball. Well, they're saying that Anderson has the possession, and it looks like it's – I mean, here's the ball right there. I mean, it's clear in my opinion. There's no knees down, no elbows down. He fumbles the ball. It's clear the ball right now will squirt out, as you see right there, and the Northwest – hey, there it is, and then he jumps right around it. Well, I mean, I think it's a clear recovery by Northwest, and I don't think the officials are going to take a look at this.
By the fact of this measurement, they're saying that
anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Short. So Northwest, 11:54 left to go in the game. They got this 19-10 lead over the Redskins here.
Man, could you imagine though? If I mean, obviously now it's moot, but if they made that first down and they didn't look at that, and then what if they scored a touchdown then? That would have been interesting. That would be a storyline.
Well, these referees, of course, we gave their names at the beginning of the game, but so far I think they're running an efficient game.
Yeah, give them credit.
And I wouldn't have held that against them. Here we go. McGinnis with the ball, breaking a tackle, and he's moving it all the way up to the Northwest 36-yard line.
Hey, it's a great run. Augie Murphy, we've called his name for the Anderson defensive line a bunch, making good plays, but he's got to have containment right there. As you see, he gets blocked inside there and makes a way for McGinnis to get outside. As a defensive end, you got to have containment, and you got to make sure that that no one gets around you. That's your main job as a defensive end, and he didn't do that. And he's made a couple good plays tonight, but
So
that one
here's
slipped.
Devin Schnur back in the game for the Knights, Patrick.
Well, that's our answer. See if he wasn't injured, or maybe if he's just rubbing some dirt on it and getting back in.
They may want him to tuck that shirt in at some point. Moves the ball up in there for about a 2-3 yard pickup. This is about running clock now. This is where, if you're Northwest, you just want to keep this clock running.
That's right. And really, they've been doing a good job of that all game. And we've had, other than the rain delay, that's it's been moving pretty quick because of that. We haven't seen a whole lot of passing. They're not passing teams. Neither of these teams are. They're on the ground. That's their role. So we're going to probably see, obviously, from Northwest, a healthy dose of their quarterbacks running and maybe seeing the Wildcat as we saw at the beginning of the second quarter a little bit, I would assume, if that's their game plan.
Here's Schnur back here in the pistol on this 2nd and 9. Rolls out to his left.
He's passing. No, now he's running.
Gonna take it for a run, but flag on the play.
In the area of holding.
All those plays where the ball carrier is indecisive, buzzing around like a gnat, usually end up in some kind of disaster.
It does. And
penalty.
Again, the undisciplined nature of Northwest hurts them. They're going to get a block in the back here from one of their I guess that's the call right there. A good slow motion from our camera crew shows that there was a block in the back, and that's going to move them back 15 yards, unfortunately. It's going to make it 2nd and forever.
Here comes Schnur back into the Northwest huddle.
Wow. So it's about 2nd and 20.
So this looks like it's going to got trips to his right. They're going to have to throw to somebody on this down. Give. Number 25, Devon Jackson. Going to have Anderson Redskin hurt on the play, rolling around in a little bit of agony.
Well, there's Murphy in pursuit. Didn't quite get there. And Jackson making a couple people miss. Getting a quality gain, getting most of that yardage back. It's 47, Pete Martini on the ground for Anderson. He is a senior. So, as we said, this is the middle game of the Crosstown Showdown, the Skyline Chili Crosstown Showdown that we have here at UC Shakely Center. As you see again, the replay of the run where he's getting injured hit, where he's on the ground, looks kind of like his shoulder or his arm, or maybe they're looking at his leg. Not quite sure what the injury here is, but just want to let you know that the upcoming game after us is Beechwood versus Mount Healthy at the UC Shakely Athletic Center here coming up following this game.
Okay. Yeah, his left angle, that's not the way it was intended to bend.
Yeah. Great camera work again by our crew here at Way Across. You feel for him because you know that hurts. Just by looking at it, it doesn't, that's not pleasant.
Entry like that could have him playing video games for a solid month around here.
He's putting weight on it and looks like he's okay.
Be all right.
He's struggling a little bit though. He's gonna have to have a pretty bad sprain, I think, on that one. We'll see if he can run it off and get back in the game. And that's tough though. Ankle injuries are always tough because that's it's basically the foundation of your whole body. That's the how you maneuver. I mean, knees are just as important as ankles, but man, any I'm just saying, like I've rolled my ankle quite a bit, a number of times, and playing football, playing basketball, and in sports in general, and it is not comfortable.
How many times you roll your ankle chasing a cheerleader down?
Well, I wasn't in pursuit of Devon Jackson, unfortunately, but I was. Yeah, you never know.
Okay, here comes Northwest. Back to pass, gets it complete over here to the right flat, but Redskin defenders are all over that one, and big game tackle by the Redskins. And
it was a screen pass out to the flat, and like Anderson did earlier in the game, it was not executed quickly enough. You give time, you see a screen pass, you give time to the defense to pursue what they see. Again, a screen pass is formulated when people are being over aggressive. And if you give them time to define what's happening on the field, they're gonna come and void the play. It's both these teams, they got to work on their screen passes, I believe. Execution of their screen passes.
It's like the Knights got a guy, number 8, coming into the huddle late. That's Elijah Wallace. And number 72 is going to make, excuse me, who's this guy on his punt? This is number 78. And that number 78 who's going to do these kicking chores is Jeff Kazmir, 5'10", 200-pound senior for the Knights.
So the timeout by Northwest here with 8:54 left to play with 4th and 15. Making sure they have all their I's dotted and T's crossed because they don't want to give the ball over again.
That's right.
To Anderson on their side of the field because, again, that's how they get their points.
Yeah, this is where Northwest has to definitely make sure they get a good kickoff and cover it with special teams play because you don't want to give Anderson a short field. They've proven they know what to do with a short field tonight. And here we go again, number 78, Jeff Kasmerick. Again, they got a 3-headed monster handling the kicking chores for the Knights this year. Kyle Kostoff was so valuable past few years at that for the Knights. They just have to have open auditions to fill his shoes.
Well, let's hope Anderson can get a block punt here. Being a fan, I'm hoping to see some fireworks on their end. This is the time to do it.
And the kick is low kick, but it's off and takes a nice Northwest bounce. And this guy should have caught that, and it's going to be down. It's Northwest turn to kill this ball inside the 10-yard line. Good to see number 2, Cortez McGinnis, back in the game for the Knights.
Yep, you're right. He was injured earlier, I believe.
That's
so,
right.
and here the message was clear, I believe, from the Northwest football coaches, was just to get the punt off. I mean, this is the perfect situation where it rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line. But you saw, I believe, the timeout was used to make sure he got in his ear and said, hey, just make sure it's a quick, just get it quick.
That's right.
We're not looking for a long punt or whatsoever. Just make sure you get it on the other side of the field.
So here comes the give inside and steps over a couple of tacklers. And
all right, another dose of Penley.
A.J. Penley.
This is they should have done more of. I think this was beneficial to them. Every time he comes in, he gets a decent amount of gain. I mean, Facito's doing well. Don't get me wrong, but
in motion. Give this time where the Knight defense is waiting. It's like about a 1-yard gain on the play. 8:08 left to go in the game here.
And that's the trouble, as you say, the time left in the fourth quarter. If you're going to keep getting the healthy dose of the running game, the clock's going to keep running. And unfortunately, that's not what Anderson wants right now. They need to score, and they need to score quick.
Here's a give inside again. Breaks through a couple tackles, and he's going to have a first down.
Nice.
Facito, he just knows what to do with the ball. I mean,
I credit the offensive line too for Anderson. They've been doing a heck of a job blocking for Facito because the best friend of any running back is their offensive line.
That's right.
But like I said, the constant toll Facito's taken, it looks like, is is getting to him. He's down the field right now. They're asking him a couple questions, asking what's going on, and making sure he's okay. It's like, I'm tired, Coach. Just give me a minute.
You can see, looks like Coach Jeff Geesting is out there looking into whatever is affecting his star running back, Austin Faceto. Knowing that this is the first week of the high school football season, and during the course of this long and winding road to November, they're going to need him.
Let's see if we can pinpoint what happened here. He got thrown down, so maybe he just got a little concussed.
Yeah, a little head jar hitting the turf pretty hard there.
Yeah, he sure did. He got thrown down with a pretty vicious act there. I mean, it's football.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you watch it for. You get entertained by the type of hits like that. I mean, we saw one earlier. That was awesome. Well, I mean, your definition of awesome.
Smith fakes the give, and he takes it up in there, muscles his way for about 3-yard gain.
Almost tackled there by one of the Northwest defenders, but Cortez McGinnis getting in on the act, tackling.
Well,
the special teams is not my role. I can play defense, Coach.
Well, here we go in the pistol. Smith got a man in motion. Rolls to his left, looking around. He's got the helter-skelter going on. He completes the pass. Number 16 over here in the near sideline, Connor Wielden.
Yeah, that was a great magician's act here. He's going to get the ball. It's a wide snap. He's got number 29. Julian Daniels almost has him. He has him in his sights. He really could have made a play on him, but he moves around so much that the receiver finally gets open, gets him the ball, and has him make him play. He probably could have got the yards after the catch there if he doesn't fall down.
There's Anderson, 1st and 10. Smith faking the throw, and he's going to try to run, but the Northwest defense is waiting for him. Brandon Schoen, number 11, in on the stop, along with number 28 for the Knights, Rob Rachel.
Yeah, this type of play was designed to fake to one side to the screen, then go to the other side of the screen, but Dylan Smith didn't decide to throw it to their side because he thought it was covered and decided to run it himself. We'll see if that decision on film study on Sunday
Looking left, he's going to run. He's going to bring it down and throw, but just overthrown of his receiver down near the 31-yard line in Northwest.
Yeah, unfortunately, he just needed just a tad bit more air under it, and he could have ran under it and possibly gotten a touchdown if the play came to fruition a little bit. Good blocking by, I believe that was number 24. They don't have a 24, so I'm not sure what number that was, but trying to give him the credit. That credit's due over there. It could have been A.J. Penley back there making a good block.
This would be a 3rd and 8 play for the Redskins. Fork in the road, stick the fork in a moment once more.
There
he is. To number 22. He's around left end. He's busted through a couple of tackles. He's going to be close to a first down. It's like it'd be about 1.5 yards short where they're going to mark it, but
you gotta go for it.
You gotta go.
Yep, you gotta go for it. At this point in the game, you got 6 minutes left. You're not going to get another 2 possessions probably. The way these guys have been run the football, so you got to go.
Officials calling timeout. Got an injured player for the Knights. See what happened here.
Is that number 28 maybe? Nope, that's not the one that's down.
You know, the Anderson offense, like you said, you know, putting more faith in A.J. Penley.
Not quite sure who the player is down for Northwest, but he looks like he's in a substantial amount of pain. He's wiggling a little bit.
5:53 left to go in the affair.
So they're going to call it a 4th and 2, but it's more like 1.5 yards that we have on 4th down on the 45.5-yard line. I hope he's okay. He didn't look very comfortable out there. When we saw Faceto down, it looked like he was just getting a little cussed. Did we see Facito come back in yet?
No, but I'm sure he'll probably be running this play if they go for it on 4th down. If he can,
Yeah.
to me, you would need him carrying the ball if they go for it on this play. Because he's the only one that can make up his mind what he's going to do in the time allotted to make up his mind. Looks like we see behind the scoreboard in the practice field, who's that? The Mount Healthy Fighting Owls. I haven't seen their opponents wherever they are today unless they got the same colors.
Well, here we go. Doesn't look like Facito's in there.
Well,
he's going to pass for it. Oh, he's got him open.
It's complete over here.
Nice.
Breaks the tackle, running down the sideline. He's still going.
Nice job.
Number 13 for the Knights, able to bring him down finally. Lloyd Richard.
Yeah, Connor Wedlin, he's had a couple opportunities. Just the last pass that they did, he caught and slipped a little bit. But this time he gets the yards after the catch, making great moves, staying on his feet.
That's right.
Yeah, and now they're inside the 30-yard line and threatening here with 5:30 left to go in the game.
Man in motion, he fakes a give, and he's running through the hole behind him. He steps out of one tackle, but he's hit hard, brought down. It's like number 4 on that stop for the Knights, Peyton Brown.
Yeah, he's following his blockers here. Patton Johnson and A.J. Penley, he gets knocked down. Wow, that's a good hit. Like the technique on that, too. But Facito looks like he's been replaced by Patrick Johnson, and it looks like his night's over.
So here's Smith rolling to his left. Make up your mind what you're going to do. And they snow him under. You know, to come this far, now this guy can't make up his mind again.
Yep. He's got to, I agree, Jacob. He's got to pass this ball, honestly. And if there's a flag on the play, maybe something afterwards, not real sure exactly. We'll see here what's going on.
So
but
it sounds like at least one of these flags is a penalty of passion. We're with 4:41 left to go. Somebody's sideline, okay. Well, Anderson shot himself in the foot, personal foul, and then another infraction on their sideline.
Yeah. Well, they're even now. Northwest got one earlier in the game, and now Anderson got one. So both have been warned, but it hurts Anderson the most now, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, those penalties that just occurred amount to the dagger.
Oh, man. This is tough. This is tough. Because now, I mean, at this point, not only do you lose
at this point, the Northwest defense is going to pin back their ears.
Man, oh, man. They got to get something big here. Something big's got to happen for Anderson. They got to get a big running play or a big passing play. Honestly, they're going to have to, I think, go to the pass. It's been working for them. Northwest is putting about 6 in the box, so Northwest is going to take a timeout and talk defensive strategy here.
Well, in this situation, Patrick, who on Anderson's office do you want to see with the ball?
Well, if I get the good Dylan Smith, the one that can zip it down the line and make an accurate throw, I'm putting it in his hands and getting it to Wedlin or someone that can make a catch and get down the field yards after catch. That's what I want to see. In fact, they've been having success on the sidelines throwing the ball. Nothing really over the middle. He's been inaccurate a lot over the middle, but has been accurate on the sidelines. It seems like he seems more comfortable outside the pocket throwing the football, even though it hasn't been consistent. That's where his comfortability lies. So as a football coach, you ask him, you get a feel for him. Okay, you want to do this. You feel like you can be successful in this position, and then maybe you put him there. They're going to have trips, it looks like, to the right here. They're really spreading it out. They're only going to have 5 down linemen. So it looks to be a passing play. Only 6 in the box for Northwest.
Watch out for number 89. It's number 23 with the catch, and he breaks a couple tackles, but he's going to be stopped by the Northwest defense here. Number 23, that's
Frankie Jones.
Frankie Jones.
First, we've heard his name. Not a substantial impact from this play, but I'm glad we get some more cast of characters for Anderson. Gets to the 40-yard line, does a good job with his role here. But it's, again, 4th and 22, and they got to go for it.
So here's Smith looking to his left. He
Oh,
rolls to his
streaks.
left. Fakes a throw, and
Oh,
he's
no.
desperation heaving.
Yeah, great pressure by the defense, making him. But honestly, he's got to loft this one up. This number 23 trying to make a block here. Does a decent job of getting 43 out of the way. But hey, he's back in the game. Number 29, Julian Daniels. He was just injured just a little bit ago. Comes in and makes a play after the timeout, having to make a decision of a throw that didn't amount to anything. So right now, what Anderson needs to do is what they've been doing all game: get a turnover,
So
get a
here
turnover,
comes
and get the ball back.
Night defense, the night offense to try to do away with this last 3:43 on the clock. Give inside to number 3, Corey McGinnis. Short pick up about a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, 89, Blake White for the Redskins, a junior 6'2", 220, makes the stop here. Good hit, but he got up and looked like he was stretching his hammy out a little bit. Not sure if he injured it or if it's just, stretching it out just because he felt a little tightness.
Well, this is where, if you're the Anderson defense, it's time for you to dial yourself up on a big defender play here like they did earlier and see if someone can get this ball back while they got some time. 3:33 left on the clock.
Yeah, this timeout by Anderson is just purely for clock management. That's not to give him a rest or anything like that, but maybe they can put a blitz package in right now, get some 8 guys in the box, do something different.
See, the difference I see is Northwest is more decisive. Whoever has the ball, they decide and go for it. None of this spinning around like a gnat, giving these defenders time to encircle them.
We haven't seen a whole lot of Devin Schnur this second half. I mean, he's been in there a little. I mean, not the entire time.
Well, he's in there now, and he's got to give, and
he's got his hat off, so they're going to call that play dead. Number 50, Chris Coley, lost his hat, so they have to call that dead. No gain on the play.
Clock moving.
Yep, that's the enemy right now. As you see, he loses his helmet, and at that point, it becomes dangerous for the player, and they got to stop the clock and make sure that nothing further happens to him, because they want to make sure the first priority for this game is the health of these athletes and make sure that they continue to play this game that we love.
Yeah, we do love these sports. I mean, I almost feel like saying grace before the game.
He keeps it.
Schnur keeps it, but he's going to be met. A lot of Anderson defenders pumping fist out there and congratulating themselves, but someone's got to find a big play.
27 with the initial stop, but 32 comes and helps clean it up. Zach Martin and Cody Coffey, both seniors on the play, making a quality stop when they need to for their team, the senior leadership. So now with 2:36 left, hopefully they can get a block punt here, because that's what they're going to do. But Northwest is telling them, again, just get it and kick it.
That's right.
That's what we want. Get the release out there. We don't care if it's high. We don't care if it's a booming punt. We just want to change field position. And they got the best of both worlds last time when it ended up on the 5-yard line. That's obviously the best situation, but the Redskins have the ability to block this punt. So, these have been fun times here with 2:36 left. If they get a block punt and a quick score, we have a game again with about possibly 2 minutes left. And you never know what could happen.
Looks like number 89, Blake White, getting his hamstring stretched out over there. Now he's up ready to break. I think in that situation where they had 3rd down, they should have tried to get the ball to him. He made a nice catch, a nice contribution earlier. So here we go. Northwest Knights looking to kick this ball. No, he's going to fake the rugby kick.
Devin Johnson, number 25, making the pooch kick. again, a great idea to probably get just to make sure to get the ball away.
And Anderson Redskins will set up shop on their own, looks like 38-yard line, 42-yard line. 2:28 left to go. And they're up on the ball, and the Knights are nowhere near the line of scrimmage.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Double reverse.
Pulling out some tricks, and
they're getting in there for a nice first down carry.
Yeah, unfortunately though, it's not enough. I mean, they get the hurry up going. They got to do a play just like that again to get some more yards. Not necessarily a reverse, but a play that gets them 20 yards in a bunch, and they got to keep it going. They got to go.
Here we go. Smith looking to throw. Now he's trying to get him running around loose. Throws it away.
Yep. But there's a flag. We'll see. See what the call is here. But at least it stops the clock. Well, it stopped the clock anyway because he threw it away, but it's going against Anderson.
Well, you know, we had, from what I could tell earlier, the first game between Finneytown Wildcats and Bellevue. That was a good game. This is a good game. The third game on the schedule around here today figures to be you know, volcanic struggle or titanic struggle, if you will, between the Mount Healthy Owls and the Beechwood Tigers. You know, they're eager. We see them over there on the practice field. Mount Healthy went deep in the playoffs last year. Actually, they dropped the hammer on one of my favorite teams, the Winton Woods Warriors.
Uh-oh. Have some vindication then.
No, they beat them.
There we go. Oh, it's a screen. Can he get away? Cannot.
Number 16 on the catch, Connor Wheelman, trying to break away from this defender, but
yeah, number 75 is out there. He's kind of mad at himself for not making that block. Josh Coleman, he's a senior, 6'2", 240-pound lineman, getting out there for that screen. Unfortunately, he didn't get out there soon enough. And I'm sorry, Chris. I'm Josh Coleman. I mentioned your name only for a. We have personal foul, but I mentioned his name only in a bad situation, and he's probably done so many good things as an offensive lineman today that we haven't mentioned.
Well, number 40 making the stop, Melvin Lawson, senior, 5'8", 155-pounder for the Knights.
This situation, even though I don't know how much it's going to matter, being 1:58 left in the game, they need 2 scores here. They got 15 yards back. It stops the clock with this penalty against this personal foul penalty against Northwest. The Knights have been penalized a lot today, a lot.
Oh yeah, but they've overcome the penalties. You can overcome penalties.
Oh, right.
Just can't overcome turnovers.
And honestly, I think it's more of a Anderson not taking advantage of the turnovers more than anything in the penalties. I mean, they've been almost gifted this game in many ways for them to just be tied or leading at this point.
Third and 5, 1:45 left to go. Here's Dylan Smith with the ball. He gives the double reverse again and round right in with the carry, and Northwest defenders are waiting, and that stop is going to be made by number 2, Cortez McGinnis.
A.J. Penley getting on the act. He's going to be the workhorse, has been the workhorse since Faceto left the game.
Well, what this guy's going to have to do is throw the ball deep over the middle or down the left sideline.
Flag. It's either false start or offside. One of those two. Offside. Yep. Again, another penalty by the Knights, unfortunately. Giving them 5 yards and stopping the clock. Why don't they just wrap it? Give it to them for Christmas. This is what they're doing.
Once again, before we finish up here with this game, we want to invite anyone to come and volunteer their time and expertise to Waycross Community Media.
Uh-oh.
It's like he's going to throw this ball.
Go, we got it!
Deep to the left sideline.
Sideline. There, that's a quality pass.
That's a
quality
touchdown.
pass.
1:11 left to go in the game.
Nice. Nice. Here's the replay. Got a great ball here. Going into it. He goes up. What's the number there? Number 3, Justin Dornbach. He's the junior. Nice. I mean, the defender didn't even look back.
He never.
I mean, if he turned around,
he could knock it over.
Yeah, he's gonna catch it. But he didn't turn around, and unfortunately for Anderson, the receiver made a good catch, and it was a good throw.
That kick is up, and that kick is good. So we got a 19-17 score with 1:11 left to go in the fair, and
we'll see.
We're gonna have to defend an onside kick here.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be the strategy. It's got to be. They got to get the ball back, and I'm not sure how many timeouts the Redskins have left, but we know it can't be more than one because they've actually had 2 timeouts to try to stop the clock. But yeah, they made this a game with 1:11 left.
It's never say die. I mean, Coach Sting, we're told by our personnel in the truck, Tony, that each team has 1 timeout left. I'm sure Coach Giesting is he's given.
Yeah.
He always has a team that's his representative. I know they haven't been state champs in a few years, but even in these down years, they still have had representative teams. This would be a great matchup if they could start playing Northwest every year now.
It's become a quality game. We thought Northwest was going to blow them out. We really did. Coming off a great season, 9-3. Anderson not coming off a great season. We thought they were mismatched. They thought, with the 26 seniors coming back for Northwest, they were going to have this leadership and really kind of pound the ball, take it to Anderson. And a lot of ways they have, but they've kept them in the game with their penalties and turnovers and missed opportunities by Anderson. Really, you think about it. I mean, the points they scored now, if they just took advantage of those opportunities, this could have been favorable for Anderson.
Well, here's his kick, and it's going to take the high hop, but Northwest has a hands guy bringing it in, and so they're going to receive this ball and put it in play on their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, and that's a good squib kick. It gets high enough. I mean, if he doesn't make a clean catch on this, there's a possibility Anderson can come up with that ball. But we're not done yet. They still got 1 timeout. We know Northwest is prone to penalties. So if they get 1 penalty, that's going to stop the clock. We know that. So as long as they get the clock stopped twice, they can still get the ball back if they go 3 and out.
So on offense, who's going to carry? Who's going to get the ball from Northwest, Patrick?
Oh, it's just going to be whoever's quarterback. If Schnur's the quarterback or if they do the Wildcat, it's going to be the direct snap, and they're just going to run it right up the gut. And it looks like maybe Northwest calls a timeout here. Is that what happened?
It's a good game we've stumbled into tonight here, Patrick.
Yeah, unfortunately we had a weather delay. I mean, it wasn't that much of a severe weather threat at all. We still have a decent amount of crowd that stuck around. Northwest crowd looks like it's represented well, just as well as Anderson. The band for Anderson, you could probably hear in the background a little bit. They've been here doing our halftime for us, doing some good work. Always great to hear that.
Rivalry being born here tonight, Patrick.
You are all about the rivalries tonight.
We want to have, this is going to be the Crosstown Showdown, 17th annual version of it. And next year, when they have number 18, we got to have some more good matchups.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to oblige to that. So here we go. Looks like Schnur's going to be taking the snap, and I mean, I don't know. He might be handing him McGinnis. He might not. If I was the coach, I'd be having him take it the entire time.
Schnur's going to run it itself, run right in, runs out of a tackle, and he makes good yardage up to about the 50-yard line.
So we got to
call stopped. 102 left. Timeout to Anderson.
Okay, so no more timeouts across the board for either team now. And it's just if they get a first down, obviously it's over.
Basically anything is over as long as at the end of this play, as long as Northwest still has possession of the ball.
Yes.
That's pretty much it.
Yes. And as long as they don't get a penalty or screw something up, they're home free right now. But we know it's not going to be. It's not a for certain.
You have the Anderson supporters, their fans, giving a lot of support to their team. The team has really definitely held their head up. There's a lot of times when they could have just mailed it in. And again, Coach Giesting, the mark of his team is the players always give it their all. It's like Anderson's looking to shoot the gaps on this. Schnur.
Get out. Anderson, there you
Get
go.
down, Schnur. 54 seconds left to go. Clock moving.
Yeah, good attack by the defense of Anderson. Don't initially get them, but they stay with it. The crew comes in support. The troops bring them down, and just the clock keeps ticking. We're at 35 seconds now.
Once again, for the Redskin defense, we see number 10, Trevor Porter, near the bottom of that pile, giving a good account of himself.
And they're just going to take a knee now. And that's the ball game.
So, that's the end of today's game. From the Shakely Center, UC Crosstown Showdown, where the final score is going to be the Northwest Knights 19 and the Anderson Redskins 17. Had a good game, had a good time calling this game with you tonight, Patrick. Glad to see you in. All the assets of of Waycross Media have brought you this game, and they'll be bringing you more during the course of this 14 season. So for all the hardworking assets of Waycross Media, this is the left-out left-hander. 50-yard line in the rearview mirror, opponent's goal line under a magnifying glass. We'll see you next time.
Copies of this program are available for $20 each. Send program title, along with your address and check or money order to Waycross Community Media. Attention Dub Coordinator, 2086 Waycross Road, Forest Park, Ohio, 45240. Or buy securely on the web at www.waycross.tv.